Hey there, everybody. So, I, I, I'm stuttering and unable to think of what to say because I have like 300 thoughts I want to say all at once. First of all, let me just say I do love this game. Secondly, I'm doing a playthrough. I'm doing quite well. We're smoking it. We're winning all our battles. I'm showing how to play as a bard with a cleric. I have a dual hand crossbow expert who's doing awesome. We have a wizard that is just slowly starting to become powerful, and then of course our fighter is getting very very good with her silver sword, which I didn't cheat, but I did a lot of save scumming to get, and to be quite honest, there were other good swords that have dropped that she could have used. So yeah, I've been doing this playthrough, and to be quite honest, we just finished the Githyanki Crash. We're getting ready to do. We're basically on the verge of going to Act Two. There's just one final area I gotta resolve, and in classic Jeff fashion, I want to start over. And I think for people who are watching, I don't know why you would want to. I mean, the thing is, though, is like as a player, I want to start over, and it's just because I discovered some mods that are amazing, and I want to try the mods out. And you can see I got a little button here because I have some mods enabled. And what mods do I have? Well, this whole system is new to me. In the past, I had to go do some very painful Nexus mods, as they were called, and those Nexus mods were horrible. I had to run like this other application, and it would modify the files, and it would work 50% of the time, and I don't know. It was just a horrible system. But now I got this adjustable party limit that's built right into the game. So I turn that on, and how else do I... Can I... Oh, here we go. I have the adjustable party limit, and then I have Tactician Enhanced. So what this does, and it's made by the same guy, so I tip my hat to him, because my biggest issue with the full party, is that the game gets super easy. And what he has is the difficulty of the game goes up. It gets more difficult. It's awesome. I cannot express enough how awesome this is. So, we can make the game more difficult. And then there's also, I think it's called Enhanced Bars. Let's just try Enhanced. Like, I don't need Enhanced Armor or... It's a UI thing. Skill bars? It doesn't like the word bars, I don't think. Yeah, it doesn't. Anyways, there's things that can enhance, like, your skills that you click on the bottom to make them more accessible and organized better. And yeah, there's even like we said, there's quality of life things, equipment distribution. Like I don't know. I'm happy with the equipment in the game. It just this is giving you a boatload of containers, which I'm not a fan of containers, to be quite honest. More enemies. Like, there's some pretty awesome stuff, and yeah, like I'm getting a little bored, is what I'm trying to say. And anyways, so this is just page 1 of 46. I mean, there's more. So, like, which ones are good, which ones are not good? I don't know. I honestly do not know. And I wish it would let me sort them like most downloaded, most used, like maybe there it does, and I'm not being smart. I mean, clearly I only want English, so maybe that narrows down the pages, right? We're down to 24 now. And like here you can see there's stuff specific to certain races. So it's going to add equipment, right? And you can add equipment for, you know, if we want the Bard only, I don't know. I mean, like a lot of it is probably really cool. I could spend hours just on this alone. Um, okay, so there you have it. Sorry, gotta continue. So we can still do custom. We can still put in the honor rule set. We can still set everything to tactician. And everything else, like I said, I just leave everything else alone.
Who are you?
Now, I am, at least for this, I'm going to rush a little bit more. Now, as you know, the Halfling is my favorite because I just love the reroll of a critical fail. So you very rarely critically fail anything. Um, but if I had to pick a different one, and I told you, okay, that one's my favorite, it would definitely be the Githyanki. Um, they have some pretty powerful racial abilities, and they even get like the jump and stuff later in the game. That's really, really good. Um, I always felt like the dwarf was a little weak, but the dark vision is nice. Um, Same with the half elf. Having dark vision up to 12 meters is pretty good. There's a ring that you can buy that compensates for that, but this is the first game where half elves are actually playable. Because most games, it's like, why would I not just pick an elf? Or a human, for that matter. And then, of course, there's good with everything, of course. I just find that the ability, when you're rolling dice a million times a game, you're going to for sure roll a 1, and the fact that you always get to re-roll it, like, to me, this is the most powerful, or helpful. How about that? It's maybe not the most powerful, it's the most helpful thing in the game. And then, this one, though, this right here, you get proficiency of everything, so you could just, like, I'm going to ignore wisdom, for example, and then just gain proficiency in wisdom, and so all your wisdom checks pass, or not pass, but you get bonuses to them. It's really, really good. So with this new mod, we can have 16 people in our party, and I gotta think about this. I actually have a spreadsheet that I made, which, now never you mind most of this stuff. I'm going through, like, these are my thoughts on how to design a character, right? And I'm going through, hey, there's the Helldust gloves, there's the Justiciar, there's different things like equipment that you can get in the game. But if you'll bear with me here, I have this one, which you could see I was going to do a 16 character party. So this one are 3 characters, the hirelings. Hireling 1, Hireling 2, Hireling 3. And then you can see Asterion, Will, Karlak, Lysel, Shadowheart, Gale, Excuse me. Helsin, Jahira, and Minsk. So that leaves 3 that are left. Man, I'm sorry about that. And I think you can only take 3 hirelings. That's the problem. I could be wrong. Um, but that's the issue here. So then it's like I'm not sure I can go to 16 characters. But this is something I did months and months ago when I was going through and like, okay, if I'm going to, and these are the different, types of builds that I had in mind. Like this is a cleric bard, which you saw me doing. And then this is a fighter thief ranger, so forth. And this is just more of the same, me going through and writing down my thoughts on who can do what. But anyways, let's get back to this. So I don't know if it's possible to do 16. It all depends on how many hirelings you can hire. And that would be a great question. So let's, just for the sake of something different, we'll go ahead and do a Githyanki, but the bard is still the best. But this time we can do a pure bard. We don't have to do the nonsense, because we're going to have enough room for a pure cleric. Several, in fact, if we wanted. So you can see the Githyanki gets the mage hand, so don't do that. That would be a bad move. So let's do... We'll do those 2. Fairy Fire is like one of the best early bards. People really like this one because it does knock people prone. And, I mean, it works. I go with the practical. So let's just take all the practical stuff. Now this is one... Yeah, let's do that one. And we can make him into a thief if we wanted. But let's be more RPG here. we can role play a little bit more now that we have more than 4 characters allowed. So we'll do entertainer, clear. We for sure want this up to 17, and then I want constitution, and then dexterity, and then we can top off the wisdom like that. So I'm sorry, intelligence, strength, and wisdom. Actually, wisdom should be topped off. Then when we get into this, you can see he's basically taken all the charisma skills. He also has acrobatics, of course, which is a nice add. But there we go. So we got all the charisma-based stuff, and that's fine because see how he has -1 on these. I can use that book skill, this here, to give myself proficiency in all these. So it's pretty cool. I really like. Whoops. We're not editing anything. Sure.
Where to next?
Let's hope the locals are...
Hells. Something just woke up down here.
Be wary.
It's opened. I wonder what's back there.
More of those.
There's magic keeping this chest sealed. I can feel its aura.
You need a guardian.
Choose one.
We're calling it Sir Mix-a-Lot because I'm mixing a lot of stuff. Alright, I'm gonna skip through this real quick because we've covered a lot of this already, and like I said, I know some people might be frustrated. The other playthrough was probably fun to watch.
Finally free. I must find my kid.
So it's letting me know that the mods are installed. And then it says, do I want to configure things myself or use the preset? And so, So basically, they have a recommended preset, and we're going to just go ahead and go with that. And then, if we look at the passives, this is where the mods show up. So you have to turn them on, like, you don't have to turn them on to use them, but if you want to, like, okay, let me just show you. I'm going to click on this. This is the difficulty mod. And then this is the party limit one. It's just telling you instructions. Let me get through all this. So there's the party limit. This is the difficulty. So right here, it's the add-on features for Tactician Enhanced. So if I click this, no add-ons are currently available. We can modify the core settings. So we can have a static mode or a scaling mode. So basically, let me do this. So what this is saying is we're currently in scaling mode, which is what we want. We don't want static. When the party has one member, the game's going to play normal. When it has 2 members, it's going to be normal, and then 3, and then 4. See, it's all normal for 4 players. So as long as you have a standard party, you're just going to play honor mode rules with tactician level difficulty. But as soon as you add a 5th party member, their hit points go up by 10%. Then a 6th party member, it stays at 10%, but now everybody gets 1 extra action. The enemies do. And then 30, 60, 100% at 9 party members. Then 150, 210, and when you get to 12, it's 280. Then 13, they get 2 extra actions. 14, they get a bonus action. Then 15, they're up to 360. And then 16, they do 360%, 2 and 2. That's what this difficulty thing does. So I'm going to go ahead and shut that off so these don't show up. And then this is just, we can uninstall. We don't want to do that. We can apply our new party limit. And really what we need to do is, whoops, we need to scroll this to the right. There we go. So our party limit is currently 4. So now it's 5. Now it's 6. Now it's 7. You see the come up. Now it's 8. And it's annoying that you have to do it this way. 9. 10. 11. 12. 13. 14, 15, and 16. Now when you do this, it says unset limit. I don't know if you saw that. So then you have to go over here to apply. So I have to click apply. Current party limit is 4. Would I like to set it to 16? Yes. Now there was a warning in here that said that every time you long rest, you got to reduce it down to 4, which I didn't care. Like that didn't bother me that much. But holy crap, if I got to move it up and down by 1 arrow each time, that's going to drive me nuts. Also, the other mod I used that let me do something similar, it was not a big deal. It was only the boat that was an issue. Anyways, we can get back to our regular view. And
Moving ahead.
play the game
What's in here?
just like before. We're really not going to start seeing the benefits until we get out of
Good.
Act 1 here.
Oh, cursed to put my hands on everything.
Or even the increased difficulty won't be much of an issue. We are going to need a lot of gold, because guess what? We're not going to be selling a lot of items, because 16 party members is going to need a lot of items. So every time you get a magical item...
A schematic of a nautiloid flashes into your mind. Nerves, sinews, as much living being as ship. A schematic of a nautiloid flashes into your mind. Nerves, sinews, as much living being as ship.
One nice thing, though, with 16 party members is you're going to have yourself a lot of inventory space.
I have something to ask.
Yes. The expo you realize.
Please. Before they return! They return.
That's an interesting option.
The enemy. So many. Remove us from this body. From this case. Free us. Please.
So we can always do this. And that'll give us the proficiency. And of course we fail.
Apart from this strange context, you notice nothing unusual about the brain. The brain lifts from the skull, but you notice an opportunity. The creep.
We must go to the helm. To the
Game goes a lot quicker when you can space through all the dialogue. But we'll slow it down again, because the whole reason you want to do a big party like this, well, first of all, I like epic games. If you follow this channel, if you've followed any of my playthroughs, I love epic games, and this is way more appealing to me, because now I get to try all the classes, I get to dabble with everything.
Your head.
You are no thrall. Have you? Within days, we will be Geich, mind flayers. Who am I? Your only chance of survival. As for that thing.
So one's down.
What now? These boots have seen everything.
I'm fury. I am death.
Still love Lysel.
You proved surprisingly adequate in battle.
Pick up everything I can. If anything, it's just going to be
Something
worth
good here, I
a
hope.
little bit of initial money.
Very well.
There's a few things I passed up behind me.
We'll be able to take the dragon attack. We need
There we
to get
go.
out.
That's nice.
Too late.
So we're not going to do the multi-classing tricks. So I'm not going to do 2 levels of cleric like before. Although that whole trick where I make myself immune from taking any damage and I can still walk around and heal and buff people, we can just do that with a cleric. There's no reason to do that with a bard. Although the reason you do that in the last playthrough is because you're limited to 4 characters, and you got, you want to do damage, you want to heal people, you want to steal from people, right? And you want to be able to manipulate people, like talk to them. And so that's 5 things you want to do with only 4 characters. So some character has to do double. And one of the ways to mitigate is you have a paladin, right? The paladin can handle the talking and manipulating and the damage dealing. So it does 2 of those roles. Then you have some kind of dedicated thief, but you could also do a ranger, right? So a ranger can do archery and can pick locks. And you saw that that's what I was doing in my other playthrough, is I had two multi-class characters, and I was having a person who can pick the locks and do damage. And in fact, that person was able to do tremendous amount of damage. And so I was able to manipulate them in a way so they could be multi-purpose. Now, a wizard is really hard to multi-purpose. I think a lot of people do dabble with that. I tend to believe that you want to go pure wizard. I also tend to believe you want to go pure cleric. Although I showed you how you could do just 2 levels of cleric just to get pick up some healing spells, and that is true. You could do that. The monk seems like something you want to go pure. Although I have seen some people do monk fighter combos. The sky's the limit, really. You can try anything. It's just, whether or not it serves those roles and makes sense. And like I said, there's only 5 roles. And so now that you have 16 people, you're able to do those roles extravagantly. So you're going to want multiple damage dealers because why not, right? Especially if we're going to be beefing up hit points and making the game more difficult to play. We can have a pure thief now. Is a pure thief as good as a thief ranger combo? In my opinion, no. But we can still try it and see how it goes. And then I can even dabble in some of these new classes I've never played before.
There we go.
I can't even remember which one I did last time.
She made them hostile.
So you get 10 experience points for that.
Swift and lethal. Make way.
Thing's gonna cast spells on us.
Can't slow down.
Victory awaits.
Just a little bit extra experience points.
Moving in.
We can talk to her, but
Let's
this is more efficient.
How many hosts of this gate infected?
anything of use? Rain in a jar. Rune. But for what?
As you place your
Cane jar. Changed at the pull of a lever.
So what it did was it
Must not.
caused this guy to...
born mind flayer stares at you, weak and dazed.
We basically made a mind flayer by pushing that button.
I hear something.
I thought there was a way to kill it.
Newborn mind.
Maybe if I hit the button again.
It's already finished.
Hmm. Stranger Things sort of dabbled in all this stuff too. Not a big fan of
Faint images appear in your mind. A brain, a Githyanki warrior, and centuries
this aspect of the lore.
darkness.
Okay, now we can get her out.
Don't waste
again-
time on Istik. We must.
The construct.
This ship is crashing. Do you intend to die for a stranger? Good. Hurry!
The console appears to the console, but what is its purpose? Will it free the captive? Or sudden then discomfort fades and another sensation washes over you? Connection. You a shiver.
Alright, so we get her out.
Your mind.
Your
And
gift.
sorry again, I'm...
Why did you help me?
And you expect what in return exactly? Githyanki aren't given to... That's what your kind does. They take. We both need all the help we can get. One... She's right.
Alright, so we got all that done.
I'm ready. Whatever it takes.
If we're gonna do our shenanigans, which we like to do, you always need to put that spell in, the command. And the sanctuary, of course, is a cleric thing, which is why we do the 2 levels of cleric. Yeah, that's good enough. Good
Still
enough.
alive, so that's progress.
I got disoriented here.
One day I'll catch a break.
It does autosave.
We are nearing the helm.
Hoopy.
Kenyan.
Should autosave right here. Boom. So we're good to go there.
Do it.
Connect.
We need to get out of here now.
Alright, we got one down.
Still on my feet. What's in here?
We're just gonna loot as we go. Alright, and then at least did 4 damage. We need that guy to do as much damage as possible. Alright, she needs to do her thing. So this is where we quick save.
Heading there.
Command drop. And boom, it worked. So we're gonna save it again. Go ahead and heal Mix-a-Lot.
Taste my fury.
Alright. Now remember the trick. Jumping gives you a few extra movement points. I'm just gonna come up around the back so we can get him next time.
I can't even catch my breath.
As for
Soft as my feet can
my
carry
main
me.
character, there we get fairy fire on him. That'll make him easier to hit. Like that.
Ignore the devil. We must take the transponder.
Onward.
Get as close as we can.
I am
There's no damage.
I am death. You bow, or you break.
good. Turn. Three damage.
Despite everything, I need to find a way forward.
We're gonna focus on taking him out. Wasn't able to yet, but we're getting there. 13 more damage is good, good, good.
Got to move.
Go up to here. One whopping damage.
Swift and lethal.
Pick up an item. Equip it. Can't really attack this turn, but we can do this.
Your spine is mine.
If this ship hits the ground, we're dead.
3 more damage.
I wonder if this is worth the cost.
Keep looting. Those little gems will be worth something. Got more stuff coming. We're gonna loot these guys next. Ooh, 18 and stun is good, good, good. When he's stunned, he's easier to hit. So we could do that for 7 damage.
Victory awaits.
And then let's do a cleave.
Let these intruders open. The furnace is ours.
Critical hit for 4.
So much for peace.
More. Gotta like it. See, it drops to 40% when he's not stunned.
Victory awaits.
The lacerate's good. That'll make him bleed a little.
Take this ship. Rosario will have your head.
Here they come. So we basically got this round. That's free. By next round, they will be damaging some of our people.
Survival is all that matters. Anything of use?
We need that to hit.
Time to strike.
There we go. That was good. That was good. Now we need us to survive.
Throw their heads in the sticks.
And this is good. That is not good. Six damage is very good.
Go from here.
Get Shadow Heart up.
Damn these imps. I need to reach
18, very good. She's on bonus time. Go ahead and use a potion.
I will ascend.
Now, you can move as long as you don't leave the area. This is a little difficult. The only reason I want to move is to get away from these guys shooting, but I may not have a choice here. I needed that to connect. Us is getting the pounding.
Or your spine is mine.
That's not good. Yep, they're both picking on her.
Never a dull moment. Have to keep going.
Alright, we got him down to 24. Ah.
I will ascend.
That's what we needed. He's down to 14.
Let these intruders open! The furnace is ours!
No choice but to keep going.
I'm definitely pushing it. There we go. We got 75 experience points. And see, he's no longer on our side. So... it'd be nice to take him down.
I will ascend.
Yeah, so we got him down to 10 health. Ah, they killed us.
Everything's focused on us now. Let's get to the transponder and get out of here.
Oh, it's not worth reloading. If this guy would have survived, you free him in Act 2, and then he becomes a permanent party member, which he does really well. Like he's quick. He can do damage. I mean, with me having 16 people in my party, don't need him as much, but he's like Scratch. Like, you've seen how Scratch works. Like, you could summon him and he fights by your side. That's what Us is. But Us is very dead, I believe. I don't think he's coming out of this.
The helm's alien. As you wake, the tadpole squirms in your skull. The chaos of the crash, and you'll need the tadpole.
Alright, we definitely have a level up.
You're alive. The Divine tend to keep their interventions close to the chest. She must have run off with... No, first... We might have escaped, but we still have these... We need each other. Lead the way.
And again, I know it's annoying to skip through all the dialogue, but we already did this. Watching that dialogue adds hours to the playthrough.
What's hiding here?
So does looting every body on the ground, I guess, but...
Fresh water. There must be a settlement nearby.
Got the teleporter.
More of the Flayer's pets.
Alright. Spend a lot of time picking up junk. Let's level up. No reason not to be a pure bard this time. So, what spell do I want this time? Well, like I said, the practical stuff, like being able to speak to animals, featherfall, those are really nice to have on your main character. Although, I'm going to have this in duplicate, triplicate with all the characters that are currently in this. And then for her, it wouldn't hurt to have a bless spell. She's gonna get respect. Out of all the cleric classes, the one she currently is the worst. She's a,
Let's get on with it.
what do they call it? A trickery domain. Trickery domain is bleh.
Let's move.
And they did autosave, but
These boots
this
see
can be
everything.
challenging. Sometimes they hit you just right.
Better stay back. One strike could be lethal.
Like it says, one strike can be lethal. I mean, they're not kidding. Look at them, they're hitting me every time.
Have to keep going. See, this is the business you don't want to be in. We're partially killing two different creatures. We need to focus them down. 'Cause that's exactly what's happening. No. Better heal myself. Not good, not good.
Yeah, a little precarious there.
How much farther can I go?
Time to get going.
No traps, please. Let's have a look. With a flick of the wrist.
That was an easy lockpick.
Hurry! There, in the grass. You can kill it. I was hoping.
Oh, come on.
Shh. And you.
I need to.
Now, I saw you on the ship, didn't I? Nod? Splendid. And now you're going to tell me exactly what you and those don't.
You're mine. You try to.
What was that? What's going? You and to think, I was. My name's Astarion. A pleasure. So, do you know anything about these worms? No, these worms are already affected. Well, then, finding anyone who knows about these worms, I need an expert. Someone who knows how to control, you know. And all right.
All right, so we got him.
How delicious.
Give him the lockpick stuff.
What to do? What path lies before me? What's up for discussion? A mind flayer.
You approach that you could. Compassion. Yes, you should. It's plus, but then the feeling slips. The monster lies exhausted.
Death is too kind a fate.
Alright, so down he goes.
What's inside?
We need to go this way, because that's where our shovel is. We'll pick up all the goblin stuff. And then this time, I'm not going to screw up.
Here goes nothing. What's going on in the room?
You approach the sigil on the stone.
A hand? Anyone? Oh. Hello. I'm Gale of Waterdeep. Apologies. I'm usually better at this. At magic. See, but I know you, don't I? In a manner of speaking. You were on the Nautiloid as well. And I can only assume you too were on the receiving end of a rather unwelcome insertion in the ocular region. As a Githyanki, it's no news to you that this parasite will soon turn us into mind flayers. An outcome I'd rather like to avoid. You don't happen to be a cleric by any chance, do you? A doctor? Surgeon? Uncannily adroit with a knitting needle?
I'm letting this one play
You
out.
seem to know enough about our condition to
you didn't
realize
get to
it's
see
beyond
his
most
storyline.
cleric skills.
Most, no doubt, but I find myself hoping to be in the presence of the few. As we've established, few enough can. We're most certainly going to need a healer, and soon, too. Most excellent. Oh, But before you think you're about to embark on a journey with an act of foresighted kindness.
Alright, so now we got a wizard.
Ripe with magic.
And again, we get to pick a subclass. So, the Evoker, their spells, like Fireball or whatever, won't damage friendlies. The Necromancy is an interesting one. First off, you can specialize in poison really well. And of course you could summon creatures. So you're almost like a summoner or a conjurer. You would think that the conjuration would be more of the summoner type, but no. You get create water, which isn't all that exciting. This one, you can kill your creatures. You regain hit points equal to twice the spell level slot used. As you know, I am a big, so this is a new one. Wizardry and swordplay brought together. And there's some items in the game that let you do this. And you get an action called the Blade Song. I mean, it looks like it'd be fun. This is a very defensive one. You gain a lot of these wards, and you can even project them onto people and protect them from taking damage. Not just yourself as you level up. But, so, which one do we want to do? Well, let's go with the tried and true. We're going to do Abjuration. We for sure want Magic Missile and Shield. And then get rid of some of this garbage. Okay, we're gonna backtrack a bit.
Shouldn't have wished to live in more interesting times. Never wanted the easy path. I hear shouting up ahead.
We should check it out, but be careful.
Now we cut over.
You think it's dangerous?
Of course it. Zoro was right. Yellow as a toad.
The thing.
Your skull.
Get rid of. Holy.
Blades high, Nymessa.
Demaze.
Come, Nymessa.
Enough gawking. Get me down. Never.
Observe and listen. You hear them or you see them.
The tadpole hasn't yet scrambled, but the longer we wait, you will.
Careful. She obviously sees.
You may as well say the cure I offer will suffice as thanks. You have made an ally from Kresh Kalir. Few.
I'll trust your judgment, but I won't trust her.
You've a sharp tongue. Come, a Kresh must be near. We will ask.
Right, so now we're testing it out for the first time. We now have 5 party members, so it's already feeling awesome. At this point, everybody we fight has a bonus of 10% to their health, which is fine.
eager for battle.
And we got a level up. And I do like the Pure Fighters. I actually think it's one of the more powerful ones in the game.
Let's get going. Don't waste a step.
Now, the mod said that a long rest is a problem. We're not quite ready to long rest yet.
Wonder if the gods are watching me.
Still in shadow.
We're gonna use her.
The right decision.
Push him. Then Astarion is up. I don't know why I can't move yet. Right, now it's letting me move. So we just want to get him here so he can do that. That just killed 2 of them.
Got to press on. Time to strike.
Yeah, I don't want to jump down.
On the move.
Blood comes easy these days. Wonder if the gods are watching me.
He'll cast a sleep spell on us.
No gloom, all doom.
That's right, they're surprised. I don't know what his deal is. There we go.
Let's go.
I am fury. I am death. No time to waste.
Time to push my luck again.
Death is but a word away. A spell a day.
There we go, we got another one down. Here comes the sleep spell. Always the sleep spell with that one. Again, I'm clicking and can't do anything.
Be quick.
You fight well. Perhaps our survival isn't such a distant prospect.
No traps, please. Anything of use?
Again, just looting everything we can, because money's going to be really tight. Another short rest.
A little longer now.
Can you give a look? Everything all right out there? You sound a bit.
You the hell? You're dead!
So at 10% more hit points, it shouldn't be too
No more prayers.
drastic.
Only dust and silence.
Who are those prayers for?
Ancient, indecipherable text covers the plaque.
Dead tongue. Whoever worships here must be long gone. I'm done. Can't wait to sleep. Might be useful.
Okay. Put one over here.
One with the weave.
Put him there.
Oh, action, not reaction. We must speak.
A Githyanki joining our company.
Actually,
Elminster's not around.
I'll put
so
him
might as
down
well.
here. Put her.
Flacket's will be done.
Here.
Keep a blade
Starion
close.
there.
No time to dally.
Shadowheart there. Okay, we're gonna have a Starion.
Someone there?
Whatever comes, I'm ready.
We're gonna have her.
None shall see me. Falling apart. Could have happened by itself.
Oh, damn you.
Sounds like fun.
Oh, I guess I'm committed now.
No time for mercy.
One can't always be a gentleman.
Yeah, it's all my range guys. There's one down. He was actually one of the worst ones.
Let's end this. Moving.
Make it hurt.
Best be on my way.
Of course he misses.
What fools these mortals be.
On the move.
Got to focus.
Right, I mean, that was... It's always a tough battle. It didn't feel... I mean, it's only 10% extra hit points for everybody.
What's inside?
I should pick somebody else.
Trust no one.
He's just gonna get encumbered.
Go. What have we?
Okay. I could stand a long rest. Trim party down to 4 will appear. Better hotbar 2 installed.
If not over, then through.
Okay, so this is where she's gonna be angry because we're trying to rest.
A monster. I didn't. Be quick about your rest. We must locate a thick. Do you take your. Should have seen.
And then she's gonna be jealous.
What were you two talking about? I'd be careful with Lae'zel. You seem reliable. I think you know how important it is that we find someone who can cure us. Best. Good.
I'll give it a shot.
Okay. The morning after you use Trim down to 4, you gain the ability to use another spell called Restore. Okay. Okay, that wasn't too painful. I just gotta cast that spell twice. I can handle that. Alright, that made it actually decent. Why is there a bug when you camp with more than 4? I don't know. When I had the mod, occasionally the screen would go blank or... Excuse me, some goofy thing like that, but it wasn't like... It wasn't anything that I really lost sleep over, pun intended. Alright, we have this up here. We have... This is the dude that we killed up above. Because there's a soul coin. We didn't get that the first time. Or last playthrough. Now that gargoyle is just it's what shoots the fireballs. But if you disarm all the pressure plates, nothing's gonna shoot fireballs. So you could technically disarm the gargoyle and then step on the pressure plate.
Chatter already.
Ay, ay, ay.
Over there.
And I believe that button sets off all the traps too. Let's get everybody out of here and then we can
Trap.
test it out.
This place is more dangerous than I thought.
I mean, technically what it did was it unlocked the front door.
How about this?
Which does us no good. At least I thought it did. Alright, we're almost done.
Scribes with swords.
First thing we should do is
So much for the quill being mighty.
I'm gonna mitigate this book. And I think
A chained book.
Shadowheart's probably the best.
Oh, that's just begging to be read.
Gale wouldn't be bad either.
This book is far lighter than it should be with such a massive lock. As the lock, what was once script is now an obliterated scrawl. You have a sense these are names, a list. The gods. These, the last three names in this book, sit close together. Entire pantheon.
On I
There you
go.
go. Gale's inspired. I think she is too. There's another soul coin.
What a day.
Which we're gonna need, because we're gonna have Karlak with us.
Moving.
Alright, let's break them out.
Assume nothing.
Lysel will take
Without
on this.
delay.
Yes? Look at that.
Gale.
Jerk. Scribe of the dead. This chapel must be ancient.
Got to press on.
Gale identified that it's Jurgle, Scribe of the Dead.
What now?
We'll leave him here,
At least things have
and
stayed
then we're gonna
interesting.
go
Should mind my step.
open the door. Or press the button. Okay, so this is where it happens.
I won't give in. Breathe deep and move. Gone with the weave.
I will ascend.
Can't afford to let up.
There we go, we got one down.
No escape. On the way.
Another one down.
Another fight. Let's go. May the dice roll in my favor. Step by step.
Time to strike. Can't give up. Feel my mistress's wrath.
Another one down.
Time to move.
Come on, can't stay idle. What path lies before me? A tale for the ages. Strike with precision.
Swift and lethal. You bow or you break. Need to act fast. On my way.
They didn't
There
want
we
to
go.
surrender their valuables, even after death.
Have to keep going.
A lot of effort to hide one sarcophagus.
That lets them speak to the dead, which will be helpful.
So, now, I have a question for thee. What because wilt thou answer my question? So, I ask again, what is the worth of a single mortal life? In death, we will...
Another soul coin. So we got 3 of them now. And then when you hit tab, by the way, there's this little scroll bar at the bottom. So it works out fairly nice. Except when you're trying to do this, right? You gotta maybe hop. You know, hop, scroll, and then hop again. But it works. And here you can see I have soul coins scattered across all my characters, but we have 3 of them so far.
These chambers are much changed.
So we gotta get out of here and then make it to the druid camp, I think, before he will let us hire hirelings. Also, it's a matter of money. I'll be right back. Okay. So what I ultimately want to do is get to this point where we can hire some hirelings. Just to see how much we can expand our party here. Okay, we're full circle.
I'll be keeping an eye on you. Understand? If I choose to kill you, you will not even see it.
We're just gonna send them all up here.
do you get?
What's going on?
Goblins are... I don't... Cannon! Shit! Form a line!
Damnable roach! Provoke the blade and suffer its sting.
Get to the high ground! Raiders! Charge the bastards!
Look to Queen 6.
My sickle and sword!
Make it hurt.
With them having the bonus to hit points, this is going to be interesting if I let the battle just play out in front of me.
Strike fast.
Yeah, they're getting torn apart. This is usually what I see happen.
I'll bleed every last one of you! Ha!
Good move.
Oh, come on. That grease is just getting the best of me everywhere.
My path be true.
It fell again. That's ridiculous. Keep falling down. quite the, hey, I'm gonna turn around and throw something. Usually they take out the lady with the bow.
No time to waste.
A better position.
Let's do this. You bow, or you break.
On my way.
That one grease has made our lives miserable.
Don't linger.
That was the last of them. Inside! All of you! More may follow! Open the gate!
That was fairly intense.
Quite the fortifications for a wandering band of goblins to try and breach. What drove them to it, I wonder?
Have to keep pushing. Worth a rummage?
All right. These help with lockpicking. Let's hurry up and get in.
All's well that ends. Not as bad as it could have. Best be on my way.
There are children here, you fool! We was running for our lives. You led them straight to us, and you let them take the druid too? Unbelievable! Shut my duty. Oh, God forbid. Phobe.
You see the tiefling's jaw clench. He's about to erupt.
I don't care if I pass this.
You're right.
Worried about your precious art?
Enough!
At least we...
Forgive that display. Thank you for your help out there. Well met. Whatever your business, this attack will only strengthen their resolve. We can't stay, but we'll be slow. You, though, perhaps you could persuade her. For more...
Really?
We'd owe you. You'll find the druid.
Okay. I definitely want the gloves that he has. It would have been nice if he would have been the one that was punched out. That's not the case, of course. It helps with healing. It buffs people every time you heal them.
What's in here?
And this is probably the most boring part of starting any game. And I guess you could theoretically skip it.
Cannon?
I'm sorry.
Do not.
Not for communal.
Bring it quiet. Move with it. What do we have here? Should mind my step. Time to press ahead. Seems like a good moment to talk.
Well met. Is there anything you need? Just some bits and bobs I no longer need.
Just want to sell one of them. There we go. One of the shovels. So if I do all that, that's 577 bucks. 600. 613. We got all this. $927. He only has 343. I guess I just went a little too hog wild, didn't I? Okay, so, but here's the deal. We're going to have all of our classes in this game. Now this can be helpful for the Bard. Get a level 1 cell spot back. This is good for a Barbarian. I don't know if we're really going to be throwing all that much. But that's not worth 800. So maybe I'm going a little too crazy here. Like, how badly do I want a missile snaring? I mean, it's not horrible. It's really nice to give to your, like, your monk. How badly do I need throw damage? I don't. go. We got all of his money and the items.
Sylvanus, guide your path.
So this is a perfect bow for a bard. That will give to a barbarian. That will give to a monk. This we're going to give to him. And yeah, I know I need to level up still.
I'll not. Can we? Or yell louder. That's fine too.
A little bit of experience points for doing this.
Thank you, Roland.
Children! Go. No. You just have to buy enough time to run. Come on. Well...
The man you are the...
but...
You're my...
Shit!
Advocatus Diaboli. A devil's advocate. A champion...
A fiend makes her name. I track. She's out there now. I've seen... I'll
Alright, so now we got another one. We have Will. Which is fun to have, because I hardly ever have him in my party. It's just really hard to play as him without, like, because of his storyline, it's hard to, like, he seems like the perfect guy to make us to a paladin.
It's a red. You look more green than yellow, Petal. Auntie Ethel will sort you out. I've lotions and I know get Yankee make a habit of paranoia, but it's just a healing potion. Yes, and you're as grumpy as I remember. You don't look well. Are you all right? No, do you need anything? I have... Hey, bother.
I don't really need anything. I mean, this helps you if you're a monk. You get a +1 to your unarmed attack rolls and damage. So, not horrible at all. But a great opportunity to dump some stuff. Because she is a shop that we won't spend a lot of time in. There we go, 226. There we go, we got ourselves some money back. 25 more.
Take it.
We're exposed.
This is the big one. I want to talk to him.
Thanks for my selection is pretty slim. I had to leave most of my equipment in Eltera.
We want his. He has a hand crossbow, and if you saw the last playthrough, I did the same thing. Looking for that hand crossbow, and all you have to do is camp overnight. And his
Die if I met the road.
what he offers changes every day.
Never get the smell.
And if I'm so we have Karlak outside of camp. We're gonna be able to add her. That'll get us to 7. It'll take us a long time before we get to add the others. So like if we go back to my... So I'm going to be able to do myself. We'll be able to hire 3. Astarion, Will, Karlak, Lysel, Shadowheart, Gale will get us to 10. Halsin, you get at the end of Act 1. Jahira and Minsk, you don't get them until Act 3. Very, very late in the game. So then there's like 3 more spots where it's like, okay, what the heck else do you do with that?
I am not grumpy. Scowl on your face, frightened.
Now, why am I not worried about leveling up my guys?
You're an idiot.
I actually want to spend $100 to re-spec all of them. Just because they're not spec'd ideally. But we are at a spot where I've done most of the easy stuff.
Mordai's my friend.
In Kresh Kalir, a formal greet. Lower. You've
On the
no the map up
By the
brute.
gods, deliver me.
The locals proved
I warned you, didn't I? You ought to reconsider keep.
a shell so thin requires little. The tiefling was clear. If there are a Githyanki west of here, that must be. I am unfamiliar with the. Well, I shall not say. By Vlaakith's covenant, I know little more.
I mean, there's definitely opportunity to get some gems and some money out of backpacks. Like over in this hay, there's something. We should go get that.
If we left, we could at least make a run for it.
Curious.
Right there, we just got 11 more.
Something's off. This creature isn't what it appears to be.
Okay, so let's go to camp. Yes, I know we got a bunch of level ups to do.
We meet again, as predicted. I shall be here in thy camp for whenever thou hast need of my services. Amending should thou or any of thy compatriots, because it is my calling. There is little fate, although thou dost not seem to be in need. There are many answers to that question. None are important. Correct.
Okay, when does he...
Fate, although thou dost not seem to be...
Oh, I have to level up. Once I get to the next level, then he'll let me do a hireling. So let's do it. Bard level 3. Now these choices are going to be interesting. I have never, ever done the new stuff. So this College of Glamour thing, for example. And I could be a little bit more aggressive with my spells. Although something like this is really nice for the Bard to have, so that way the wizard's not wasting his time. See, I get a jump automatically. I mean, it's interesting. I know this can be very effective. Basically, it increases your armor class while you're also attacking. It works. It's the bow version. There's a... And then you have a slashing flourish. You can attack up to 2 at once. I mean, this is a very decent way to go. I think this is the only one I don't really care about that much. But the lore is excellent. The cutting words can be helpful. But it gives them more spellcasting flair. So we're going to make him more of a spellcaster. When you have 16 people in your party, pathfinding is going to be an issue. All the melee guys are going to be blocking each other from getting to the targets. So you want range people. And spellcasters, of course, being exactly that. And as you can see, we now have deception and performance. I'm going to make persuasion and performance the two primary skills, and then he gets 3 more. We're gonna do athletics, perception, insight. And, you know, if we were in a more difficult situation, I would have maybe... Oh, you know what? Stealth might not be bad. Or sleight of hand. But I'm okay with this. Alright, so we did that. The spell. It's truly, like, this one can be good because he gets you have advantage on attack rolls against creatures that haven't taken a turn yet. Getting the extra bonus action, it's hard to beat. And we're going to definitely respec her, so we're not going to worry about her too much. Probably going to respec all of these guys, so wouldn't worry too awful much. Just looking to see, like, what would we take? Like, I'm very intrigued. This one is... There's nothing wrong with this one. But that one is nice and simple. And I don't play a warlock very much. I'm not very good at them. But I do know I really like that spell. And yeah, we're gonna respec him, so I shouldn't spend too much time on this. But that's a really good one. Oh, definitely that one. I actually like that one. I usually don't cast spells with this guy because I'm so busy just doing Eldritch Blast. See, now he'll talk to me.
Not this one. For a mere pittance, of course. Suspicion always, most willingly. Very well. Choose.
Oh, he's letting me pick one even though my party's full. See, in the other game, or the other mod I had, if I had anybody in my party, he would say, your party is full, and so you couldn't hire a hireling. This makes things very, very interesting. So, I might be able to hire more than 3. You are stuck with these specific people. I do like the idea of her. And she's a monk. Yeah, that's exactly what I want her to be. So, let's go ahead and hire this one. There she is. So, with that in mind, I have 3 of them here, and I would need at least 3 more. So I'm looking at hiring 6.
Fate, dost thou require a new app? Very well. Choose.
Okay, this is getting awesome. If I get 6 of them. So what is he? He's a wizard. It'd be nice to have a second wizard. I don't want any more warlocks. We definitely want a sorcerer. Yeah, let's hire a sorcerer.
Fate, dost thou require a new... Very well. Choose.
We're currently missing a paladin, so he would be nice. We're missing a ranger. We're going to get a druid, although it's going to be much later. A second cleric is always good. We're going to get a barbarian. So let's get our paladin. Yeah, they're just letting me do it, aren't they? I have 800 bucks left. Respecking them is going to be hard at the moment. But it's going to be a little painful with just how many of them there are. But we pretty much want to respec everybody because the way the points are distributed, all that stuff, I just want to make it as efficient as possible.
Dost thou require?
But let's get our
very well.
Our people.
Thou hast reached thy limit.
Ah, so we do have a limit. And that's the issue.
This vessel is at thy disposal. Do what thou wilt. Thou art...
Okay, so I'm making them wait in camp. Let's see if I can...
Fate, dost thou require? Very well. Thou hast one of thy hirelings waits in thy camp.
Yeah, I can't hire anymore.
This vessel is at thy disposal. This soul...
So... the one thing I'm missing is a ranger. So all that means then is I should probably make my thief into a thief ranger. I'm gonna have to multi-class. Not a super fan of a pure thief in this game. The thief ranger is much better. I would have liked to have had more than one cleric. And you could argue I don't need a monk or a paladin, or even a sorcerer for that matter. It's a principle of the matter. I'm trying all the different things. Okay, we for sure need to respec her.
Need to keep going. I'd better do the talking.
I shall be here in thy camp as the...
I still want her to be a cleric. Definitely take that. And we're gonna do... This is an awesome domain, and when I do my 2 levels, I do this one. This one is a lot of fun. Like, if we're not trying to have all the different classes, like the rainbow of classes, a Tempest Cleric is very fun to have. They have some really fun spells, and this Wrath of the Storm is a really cool feature. It's a reaction. Anytime a creature attacks you, you can deal back lightning or thunder damage. But out of all these, if I'm going to have one questing with my party, the light domain one is the way to go. They do have the fairy fire, which is always good, but there's basically a shield. Impose disadvantage on attacker, possibly causing them to miss. And then, of course, I'm going to do all this. I guess. I know I possibly want to respec everybody else, but in terms of pure class issues, she was definitely the top priority. And anyways, I can do a lot of this on my own. I don't even know if this is an interesting topic. You know, maybe some people just want to see the story and they would like the original thing done. I just think it's a really cool mod, and showing how you can have all the characters, so you can play out all the storylines. It's a really cool mod, and just wanted to showcase it. Anyways, thanks for watching. Stay awesome.